Hi Cancer, welcome back to my channel. This will be a reading, a 3-card spread for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. Having a look to see what someone might be regretting about your romantic situation. So whether you were in a relationship, in a marriage, whether you were courting, dating, trying to date this person, maybe you had a fling, maybe it almost worked out. I want you to think about this person, and we're going to see potentially draw out some messages as to what they might be regretting about you, about your love connection, your relationship, the way you ended things or the way you parted ways, Cancer. So hopefully this reading will be insightful into those areas. If you enjoy this content, please feel free to leave behind a like, share or subscribe. That would be very much appreciated. Otherwise, let's have a look and see. Cancer, what do they regret? Okay. Okay, the 5 of Pentacles. This is a major card of neglect or not seeing the situation or not understanding its worth. Cancer, there might be someone here, I don't know if they're under a earth sign, a Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, and you do have 2 water cards which would indicate a fellow Cancerian, a Pisces or a Scorpio. There can be someone under any sign and or element, but with the 5 of Pentacles, it's neglect. Okay, it's someone that regrets neglecting to see your value or regrets not taking things as seriously as they could. It's almost like a church window that's still is with this stained glass that's still very much holding strong in this sort of brick building or whatever it was. Maybe it was a church here or a function hall of some kind. And we see this figure that's sleeping, you know, outside of the wall, neglected, deprived, depleted. There could be some major regrets happening here. I definitely feel with the Ace of Chalices and the fact that there's 2 water cards here for you, Cancer, that there's still a lot of emotional turmoil happening for this person, regardless of how long ago you parted ways. I think with the 5 of Pentacles, it's that they regret not, you know, because he's in a slumber, it's someone didn't actively participate in what you had. They're regretting not having done more, not having seen more, not having been as involved. Maybe they were on the back burner. Maybe they just took it easy and let you do all the work in the relationship or the marriage. And they're really coming to regret that. There's something about neglect here. They've neglected you emotionally, maybe physically, intimately. But there could be something that they didn't actively participate in. You know, with the 5, this is someone not in a good place. I don't know if this person wasn't in a good place in other areas of their life and they let it affect the relationship. Obviously, we can't blame people entirely here, Cancer. I mean, sometimes it's beyond their control. It's out of their hands. And things career-wise or personally, you know, personal matters or things beyond their control might have affected them. And I don't know if they allowed that to get in the way of the relationship. I don't know if they used it as an excuse. But there might be regret for that, okay? What I really love is that the 2 of Chalices is here. This is the 2 of Cups, the twin flame, the soulmate, the lovers. If you were involved, I think for any amount of time, if you connected on a face-to-face basis, you had dates, you had intimacy, emotional intimacy, physical intimacy. If you had anything like this with this person, Cancer, they're really, really regretting it. I think this person had either fallen in love with you or was falling in love with you. The 2 of Chalices being a card of union, of relationships. They definitely wanted something with you, but obviously they held back. I don't know if it was a previous person here that distracted them. Maybe it was a previous relationship, an ex-partner that came in and affected the relationship. There is no cards that indicate deceit. It's more neglect. So they might have been falling for you, and it might have been scary for them. Maybe they weren't ready. And I don't know if now that you're gone, isn't that always the case when something is missing from our lives, then we really miss it. Then we really place a value on it. So I don't know if they failed to understand your value or appreciate your value. And then now that you're gone, they're regretting their decisions more than ever. I don't know if it's them regretting being in a relationship with you. It could be. Maybe you were the one that neglected them, Cancer. And as a result, there might be regret for having connected in such an intimate way because now they're living through that emotional trauma. And if it's not the fact that they're regretting the relationship altogether or the connection altogether, then it's regretting not having that blissful relationship with the Two of Chalices captured so sweetly here. You know, the beautiful sunset, you know, the bubbly, the water, the passion. It's so immersed. It's all about immersing yourself in an experience. Look, they might even be kicking themselves that they didn't fully immerse themselves when you two did date or see each other or meet up or did activities together. It could be that they were distracted by work, by personal issues. Maybe their mind was elsewhere, and maybe they're kicking themselves because they weren't in the present moment as much as they could have been. Or if they could go back to those memories, you know, they've got some very nostalgic memories. I do feel like it is nostalgia. The Two of Chalices, I think this person is still hopeful that the two of you could reconnect, and I wouldn't be surprised if they actually reach out because their regret is going to overpower them. The Two of Chalices is very much a card of connection. We can see an intrapersonal connection happening here with the two people face to face. So obviously they're speaking and they're connecting. Now, there might be someone here who's either visualizing, reconnecting with you, or being nostalgic and revisiting the memories you've had together. But there is a possibility you might actually bump into this person, but it's more face to face. Or they might extend the olive branch. They might ask you to see them, to meet up. I don't know if that regret... I think, in my opinion here, I think it is strong enough for them wanting to reconnect with you, or at least in the minimum amount, excuse me, Cancer. They really do long for you and they really do miss you. But this is powerful. The Two of Chalices is very powerful on its own. Moving on, they have the Ace of Chalices. Again, the Aces indicate new chapters. It's a new emotional chapter. But it's also releasing something here. Now, the Cancer Moon is behind, so I don't know if this is a fellow Cancerian. I don't know if this person had Cancer in their chart somewhere, or they're still sentimentally or nostalgically linked to you. They're still thinking about you. They're still emotionally attached. But again, whether or not they reach out is a different story. Coming into this, there's something about a regret or an outpour. Because the Fountain pours out emotion, I don't know if they said something that scared you off. I don't know if they confessed something, they revealed something, or there was some sort of outpour or tension release that may have caused things to go haywire. But they could be regretting about why they told you this in the first place, or something about the timing that they told you. I say the timing because it's the moon, it's the nighttime, you've got day and sort of dusk or dawn here. So I don't know if they're regretting the time they told you something, or revealed, or outpoured, or confessed, or inundated something here to you. Ace of Chalices, not particularly in this deck, but it can hold a religious symbolism here. I don't think that's very applicable with the imagery here. But they might, I mean, I don't know if this is even emotional vulnerability, if there were tears involved. They regret either becoming emotional or not being emotional enough. Not showing enough emotion as maybe you would have liked to see. I don't doubt that emotion was there, Cancer. I just don't think they had an opportunity to show you that really vulnerable side. And I think that's what you wanted to see. I think that's what you wanted to hear in one way. But you didn't get to that point. Or maybe the opportunity never came up. And it's not that they had to display this fantastical emotional display. It's not that. But they could be regretting not having that opportunity, or they regret being too emotional, becoming very angry at you, unleashing hell, you know, saying things they didn't mean, saying things they now regret. But it's more emotional regret. So it's something that they did or said in the heat of the moment. It's more that they were fueled by emotions and now they're coming to regret their actions. It could also be that they're regretting you never went to the next stage. You never got married, you never moved in, you never got the title of being in an exclusive relationship, you never remarried. Aces represent major milestones, particularly in the Ace of Chalices aspect. So I think there is some major regret about a milestone here that you did or didn't achieve with this person. And they're really reliving that. But I don't know if you mentioned you wanted to be serious or you could see something with them, but this might have pushed them away, and maybe they're coming to really regret that now, Cancer. Okay? I will leave your reading at that though. So thank you again so much for tuning in. I hope it's been helpful. Don't forget to leave behind a like, a share, or a subscribe. Otherwise, I'm sure I'll catch you very, very soon, Cancer. So take care, everyone, and bye for now.